Was murdered, and Pensacola police and her family still don't know why.
Clearly, our stories do not hold the same weight as the Gabbys and the, John Benet Ramseys and them, right? I don't mean to be blunt, but hey BGU family, it's your girl Mika Samaya. Welcome back to another installment of BGU News. As always, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so that you can stay up to date with the latest videos. Let's go ahead and get into the story for today. This summer, LaTanya Baxter and her daughter decided to move to Pensacola, Florida from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, because they were looking for something new and different. They wanted a fresh start. They were inseparable and agreed to relocate together because of their deep love for one another. They knew a relative who owned a house in the area and made arrangements to rent rooms there. It was to be the start of a new life in a new place, a new chapter, and a new adventure. LaTanya is described by friends and family as fun and energetic, with an infectious laugh to match. After moving to Florida, LaTanya and her daughter were both hired at the same time to work as nursing assistants at the Waterford at Carpenter's Creek, an assisted living facility on North Davis Highway. Her daughter had worked in nursing homes before, but it was her mother's first time in that line of work, and she was surprised by how much she enjoyed it. She even considered going back to school to become a nurse. Although she was only employed at the facility for 3 months, LaTanya quickly became one of the best employees at the facility. She was described by colleagues as the sweetest and most giving person. A supervisor recalled a time when she learned that one of her daughter's new coworkers was actually homeless. She allowed the homeless woman and her daughter to live with them for a while until she can get back on her feet. LaTanya's daughter, who describes never going a day or even hours without speaking to her mother, was suddenly unable to get in contact with her. She contacted police a couple days later to report her missing.
40-year-old LaTanya Baxter was murdered, and Pensacola police and her family still don't know why. Police are still searching for her body.
Officers arrived and searched the home and found blood in LaTanya's bedroom and other sites on the property, as well as in a vehicle belonging to her roommate, 38-year-old Jao Jones. Officers also described finding tire tracks leading from the back door and also blood smear. Blood was also located in an attached shed in the back of the house. Afterwards, investigators searched Jones' vehicle and used crime scene techniques to detect a large amount of blood in the trunk of the car. Investigators also obtained a cell phone belonging to Jones that contained a photo that was taken at 1:54 p.m. the day prior. It showed LaTanya's deceased body with obvious signs of trauma. Investigators noted a tattoo of a mermaid on the wrist matched a tattoo seen on her wrist in family photos.
LaTanya Baxter and Giles Jones lived in this Pensacola home behind me, have lived here since June. Take a look at the front door. You could see crime scene tape is still set up. Now, police say Jones killed her, then took pictures of her on his cell phone. Her 21-year-old daughter, Janae Jackson, wants her mother brought back home.
Yes, I want to find her body.
And it was Jackson who called police on September 12th, saying she hadn't seen her mother for 2 days.
LaTanya's cousin said Jones was a family friend, but only knew her for a short time. She said the two were only roommates and not romantically involved, and the two never had any major problems. Typical roommate issues, but nothing that would lead them to believe something like this would happen. Baxter's roommate, Giles Kurt Jones, 38, was arrested in connection with her death. He was taken into custody at the Pensacola Greyhound Station and was booked into the Escambia County Jail without bond on suspicion of first-degree premeditated murder.
Wednesday, Pensacola police arrested Baxter's roommate, Giles Jones, for her murder at the Greyhound bus station in Pensacola.
Was he fleeing Pensacola?
He was attempting to, yes.
Police found blood in Baxter's bedroom and in Jones's car. They also found a picture of Baxter on Jones's phone on September 11th. Police believe he had taken it after he killed her.
He must have taken her somewhere. Is that the obvious conclusion police have come to?
That's what we believe.
Police say Jones' car was spotted on September 11th in Century around noon, and then came back to Pensacola later that afternoon. Thursday morning, Pensacola police were searching a wooded area near Palafox and Airport, looking for evidence.
Just one day after an arrest was announced in Baxter's murder, her 21-year-old daughter, Janae Jackson, struggled to find the words to describe the tragic loss. She stated, "I just want people to know she was very sweet. I just want them to know how good of a person she was." Baxter's body has not been recovered as of Thursday afternoon, and search efforts are still underway. Investigators received help in their search from local members of the national organization, Class Kids National Search Center for Missing Children. A group of several Class Kids members, along with approximately 3 dogs, were spotted conducting a search for Baxter's body near the intersection of North Palafox Street and Airport Boulevard. Investigators believe that her body may be located in the Century area or just across the Alabama state line. In the days since LaTonya's disappearance, relatives have been arriving in Pensacola to offer their support to her daughter. So this is a very sad case. We have all had times in our life, I'm going through it right now, where we wanted to just move, start over, start a new adventure, start a new chapter, right? But you never imagined that in doing so and going through that process, that something like this would be the ending result. All she wanted was a new start with her daughter. She wasn't even in Florida for, 4 months, and then this happens to her. It almost makes you wonder, was this a case of someone that had feelings for this woman, and maybe she wasn't receptive of the advances he may have made towards her? Or was this just a sick individual? And the reason why I say that is because this man, again, you have a picture of a dead body, the person who you murdered. You keep a picture of them in your cell phone. It's like, are you glorifying the fact that you did this to this woman, or is there like some sick motive for you to keep this woman's picture in your phone? What exactly do you plan on doing with this image, sir? Why is it still in your phone? Why did you even take the picture in the first place? It's very weird. And then furthermore, police are having such a hard time to locate this woman's body. Sources don't specify as to whether or not the photo of the body was taken inside the home or whether it was taken at the location where he may have dumped her body. But correct me if I'm wrong. With all of this technology that we have today, I'm almost positive that if he did indeed take this photo at the location where he left her body, they should be able to track that location. No question. Why is it taking so long? Yet you think about the Gabby Petito case, and they've already found a body that may be hers. How does that work? So LaTonya Baxter literally went missing one day after this woman right here, who is from Florida. She wasn't missing in Florida, but she's from Florida. Why? Why is the ball rolling so fast on Gabby's case, but we don't hear about LaTonya? Where is LaTonya Baxter's press conference? Why am I not receiving Google, MSN, CNN alerts on LaTonya Baxter? Why was it so hard for me to find a video clip to include in this video? Yet I turn on CNN, Gabby Petito is everywhere. Gabby Petito is on the morning news, the afternoon news, the evening news. Yet I don't see LaTonya Baxter. That's the problem. Which further goes to prove my point that we do not matter to the mainstream news. Nothing. I literally typed this woman's name into YouTube. I typed it into Google. There were only articles, and all of the articles that I saw were local articles based out of Pensacola, the city where she's missing from. There's nothing on CNN. There's nothing on MSN. There's nothing on the mainstream platform for LaTonya Baxter. Why? Just thinking about the relationship that the article describes between her and her daughter, and looking at the news footage and just how heartbroken her daughter is, I really pray for peace for her daughter, her family, her friends. I pray that this man is able to provide this family with some sort of closure by confessing to what he did with the body, so that at least they can properly bury her, to at least begin the healing process. And I know it never gets easy when you lose a family member in this manner, but I just hope that he can find it in some way in his state of mind to provide this family with closure. Let them know where the body is. At least give them that. Murdering her was cruel enough, but it definitely becomes a double sword when a family is unable to bury their loved one, allow them to rest in peace. Who knows what the state of her body may be in by the time they even find her. It's just a sick story all around. For the sake of LaTonya's family, her daughter, her friends, please share this story. Please get this story out there. Because like I said, and like I will continue to say, clearly our stories do not hold the same weight as the Gabbys and the, John Benet Ramseys and them, right? I don't mean to be blunt. Let's make sure that we do our share by sharing our stories to others and spreading the word so that at least if no one else cares, we do. To LaTonya Baxter, may her soul rest in peace. To her daughter, to her family, we got you covered over here. If you have any stories that you would like to see featured on BGU News, please do not hesitate to send an email to BlackGirlUnLOST@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me for another installment of BGU News. As always, please like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and turn those post notifications on so that you never miss a new video. Until next time, peace.